Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am Yuva, basically a chemical engineer turned into an entrepreneur. With an experience of 2 decades in water treatment, I hereby proclaim that the most contaminated water in the world can be purified into safest water because of the technology upgradation in water treatment. What's new with this? We have an innovative idea to replace 90% of water which is wasted with very less infrastructure and affordable cost. We all know it is a need of the hour, but it can save the total environment. But we are here to say that it will be the most revenue generating business of upcoming days, and that is our access. Who are we? We are eCube International, a Chennai based company run by a bunch of technical people from various domains working on various industries with innovative ideas. Spillage water recycle for hotels and gated communities. This is our project, and I just want to explain what is spillage water. The water which we are using for bathing, the water which we are using for laundry, the water which we are using for kitchen utensils cleaning, the water used in wash basins, and finally the water which is not at all used in our western toilets and urine pots can be compiled as spillage water. It's about the problem. Any new innovation is happening because of a big problem. Now we are going to see what is the problem. Borewells within the city has lost its potential either because of depletion of water level or because of lag in repletion of water in borewell. Total city is getting water from unorganized sector of water vendors who supply water through tanker lorries. 16 lakhs and 45,000 floating people of Chennai are catered by more than 3,000 hotels in a day at Chennai. 80 lakh people are staying in organized hotels where a minimum of 100 liters is wasted by each and everyone as spillage. 8 crore liters is procured by hotels at a rate of ranging from 20 paise to 80 paise. So an overall range of 1 crore to 60 lakhs to 2 crore to 70 lakhs is spent every day for procuring water by hotels in the city. This increases the cost of staying and it gives pollution also due to vehicles. And finally, the depletion of water level is happening in suburban areas of the city. Now, what is the solution? Spillage water can be treated at very lower cost so that it can be reused for the same purpose which it has been used before. Consider a mobile vehicle carrying treatment plant will go to the hotel and will treat the spillage water collected there. Water quality will be assessed at the same moment and the reports will be given for the initial water and final water for comparison. Now we are talking about the benefits. No purchase of water is required for a period of time. Daily expenses of water will be minimized into 50%. And no investment is required for treatment plant by each and every premises. And finally, we are giving time for repletion of borewell on site. And extraordinarily, we are using effective reutilization of water is happening, and that will save the environment. So, I have elaborated everything about the project. Now I am talking about the feasibility. This comes under the water treatment field, and the field is growing 250 crores every year. And the domestic need of water treatment is more than industrial needs due to population explosion. Scarcity is a word known to every individual, and awareness is there to everyone. Non-availability of alternate source is the main difficulty in water. What water can do can only be done by water. We were talking about a vehicle. It will go to the hotel, and there treatment process will happen, and something we have explained. Now we are talking about the investment part. Investment per unit will be, the vehicle cost will be approximately 10 lakhs. The treatment equipment will be approximately 8 lakhs. Installation and commissioning might be another 2 lakhs. Finally, the testing equipment will cost 1,50,000 rupees. Totally per unit, including the vehicle, the treatment, the coupling, the installation and testing, is 21 lakh and 50,000 rupees. It includes everything in a single unit. We have planned for an 7 units and the total estimation of the project has been given right now. An office infrastructure has to be created and the initial advance for the structure and everything, we might be investing 5 lakh rupees. The technology cost, that is, what is the technology cost? Like Ola and Uber, we have to create an app, we have to create a web page, and we have to make admins, we have to make a secure and own server. So like the thing we have to do, and that will be costing around another 5 lakhs. Advertisement and marketing is required everywhere, and here it will be 5 lakh rupees. And the 7 units will be totally costing 1 crore and 47 lakhs. Not only the investment for the infrastructure and other things, we have to think about the recurring expenses also. And what will be the requirement of human resource? First thing is, drivers will be recurring 14 numbers, technicians will be recurring 14 numbers, assistants 14, telesupport 4, team leaders 2, manager 1, and accounts is 2. Marketing, the major thing, it is 4 numbers. When we are calculating about the initial expenses, we have to calculate about the recurring expenses also. Rent might be 15,000 rupees. Overall salary, actually calculated based on the HR requirement, it is 6 lakhs and 71,000. Vehicle maintenance might be 50,000 rupees or lesser, but we have calculated it as 50,000 at least. Technology and electricity, that is the electricity charges which might be coming, and the technology, that is the server cost and everything, might be 50,000 rupees again. We have calculated a miscellaneous of 35,000 rupees, that is an expense. So totally 8 lakhs and 21,000 rupees will be an expense for every month, and it will be recurring. Now, our project will be taking this much cost and what it will give. That is the thing I am going to explain. We were talking about the investments and everything over there, and now we are going to calculate the maximum potential of a single unit, and we are going to calculate it up to 7 units. An unit will be carrying a treatment plant which can process 5,000 liters per hour. If we are working for 24 hours, the maximum water treated per day will be 1 lakh and 20,000 liters. The treatment cost per liter is 16 paise, and the billing price to the customer will be 60 paise. Maximum profit per unit per day is 72,000, and when we are calculating it for 7 units, it will be 5 lakhs. For a month of 30 days, it will be 15 crore rupees. When we are going to calculate the expenses and we have to subtract the same, and ultimately we will be in a gain of 14 crores. Now, what we want is a capital fund of 1 crore and 50 lakhs. We have made a policy in such a way that we will offer an initial stakes of 30% to the person who is funding us. We will have exit policy with 200% of return, that is rupees 4.5 crore at the end of year 1. Assured rise of the company's worth to 15 crores will happen from 4 crores within 1 year, and an assured rise of working hours from 8 to 24 hours will happen in 4 months. This is all we have, and we are ready for it. Are you ready?